Honored panelists, esteemed audience, dear colleagues, good afternoon. My name is Vlad. I am 13 years old and I am from the Republic of Moldova. For more than a year I have been working with Lumos, an organization which exists to ensure every child grows up in a safe and loving family. And I am pleased to speak to you today on this important topic. I would like to begin today by encouraging you to remember the earliest memory you have from your childhood. What were you doing? Who were you with? What emotions were you experiencing then? What did you need at that moment? And how do you feel now when you remember those things? At this moment you may wish you had a time machine that could transport you back in time, or you may wish you could erase something that was and not remember it. No matter what we experienced and what we did, one thing is for sure. We'll never get that time back again. The first 3 years of life, but especially the first 365 days, are the most important for a child. It is during this period that the foundations of human development are laid with rapid biological, psychological and emotional developments. Basic needs such as food, care and affection, communication and education must be provided for every child without exception. Raising a child is not a math test that you can retake it if you haven't done it right the first time. And parents, family and the community are the most important pillars of a child's first year. But what happens when a child is born with a disability or into a family that doesn't have enough resources to raise them? Do we step aside because this is not our problem? Or, on the contrary, do we help the child and the family to develop and overcome those difficulties? Lumos' experience in Moldova has shown us that this is possible and that child's difficulties, however great they may be, can be overcome or at least minimized. In the region where I come from, Florești, the authorities, together with Lumos, have been developed the early intervention and development services for children. Among those is the Early Intervention Center, which is a specialized service for children with disabilities and developmental difficulties, and it is open for everyone for free. At the center, where I have been running consultations with the small children over the past months, the children receive support from a psychotherapist, speech therapist, psychologist, social workers, doctors, and many other specialists. They also come there to play and socialize with other children, and their parents are involved in activities with other parents. In this way, they understand that they are not alone in facing challenges and they build a supportive community. And to make sure that children with disabilities adapt more easily in school and in the community, inclusive kindergartens have also been developed. In the kindergarten, the child has support from a support teacher, a speech therapist, a psychologist, but also from the educators and other children, because the inclusion and acceptance is learned from a very early age. By having two services developed in the communities, we directly can help a child to develop their potential and overcome these difficulties they encounter. Every child is unique and their goals and developments are unique. For one 5-year-old child, solving a simple math problem is an achievement. For another child at the same age, the achievement is to be able to eat by themselves. During my time in center, I met Lori. Lori is 4 years old now and has been attending the center since she was 5 months old. When she first came to center, she was facing significant developmental and cognitive delays, and her mother has recently passed away. The little girl I met loves to play with her friends, recite poetry, draw and do puzzles. Her grandma, who is her primary carer, receives support from the Center Parents Network and has high hopes for Lori. Every child has their own peace and achievements, and specialists, adults, the community and the authorities need to be alongside, support and enjoy the results together. From our experience of several years in our region in Moldova, we have realized how important it is to intervene early in child's development, because the earlier we act, the more changes we give to the child to develop harmoniously. And finally, if we invest as many resources, efforts, people, knowledge, but also as much empathy and generosity in working with children, surely, many years from now, if these children are asked like you, what is the earliest childhood memory? They would perhaps say, when I was able to take my first step on my own, when I used to sing together with my classmates in kindergarten, or when I had the feeding tube removed. It is for those moments and memories that we must work together and remember that we, children, are always ready to give the necessary support to cheer up our peers, but also to adults. Thank you.